Open mic. Okay, we've got an ongoing adjustment to the program. Scrutiny Splodge is not in the room. Please make welcome Lorena, fresh back from Melbourne, from her residency, where I believe they made a dress made of found forest objects.
Miss Splodge, do you want to read first?
I'll follow you go.
Thanks. I've got two, is that alright? Okay, there's two. The first one's called And You. And you, the black iris pushing back now from the ancient secret yet still unsaid. And you, the white flax filaments and musk under these 3 a.m. hands. And you, the unfocused messenger of the unadorned and ill-prepared. And you, suspended breathless in the high of these our joined hips. And you, in love and arrogant in astounding righteous despair. And you, generator of bad guitar riffs and beautiful connective threads. And you, with the West Gallo drawl of, hey man, what up? And you, teetotaling, teetering and tantalised by the perfect romance. And you, the unhammered steel flowers of my father's will. And you, downriver hippie with the voice of Jack Thompson in a half slip. And you, under penknife, the thinnest, most beautiful mad man. And you, Baroque tease clothed in the smell of that faked, canned suntan. And you, the dawn smiler that let down her tyres to get under the line. And you now, these ashes of the bipolar horror. And you, lime-eyed recluse full of demons and cracked ether. And you, the crisp crow-black shoulders hinged on the square edge of the sonnet. And you, polar bear who drowned conscious in hot water. And you, all the lovers, every one finding and losing my tide. And you, pulled back, legs crossed, harping, give me the evidence. And you, who lost your father and still losing him now. And you, who keeps bringing it back when she throws in the towel. And you, the sweet soldier, all partridge and pigeon. I found in the hallowed history of future, complete, I found you, here. Okay, second one's called In It. I lay in it, I've lied in it, I play in it, I hide in it, I grow in it, I've wept in it, I read from it, I laugh in it, I plan in it, I work in it, I caress in it, I obsess in it, I get cold in it, I fall in love in it, I get hot in it, I explore in it, I am explored in it, I hope in it, I have been reckless in it, I fall out of love in it, I fuck in it, I forget in it, I remember in it, I sigh in it, I howl in it, I breathe in it, I hold my breath in it, I've done Penang pink and beige rocks in it, I've died in it and been born in it, once I lived 11 days in it, I've been watched in it, I've smoked in it, drank in it, told stories in it, shared secrets in it, done breath of fire in it, I've kept secrets in it, I've escaped to it, I've seen spirits by it, I've smelt rain from it, I laid awake in it, I've bled, screamed, scowled and whimpered in it, I've decided in it, I've come down in it and I've fessed up in it, I've cried in it, been in awe in it, been surprised, disappointed and lied to in it, I've misunderstood in it, been misunderstood in it, I've dreamt in it, I've spanked, throttled, strangled, blinded, peed, bound and tied up in it, I'm lonely in it and comforted by it, I worry in it and I decide in it, I let go in it, I attach in it, I meditate, ruminate, cultivate and explode in it, I come in it and go again and again in it, I get out of it just to get back into it, I've whispered in it, been speechless in it, I've felt green in it, turned blue in it, I felt one in it and felt the one in it, I was born in it, I set fire to it, I will not die in it, not this time.
Lorena, there you go. Thank you, Lorena. Give it up. And as it's quite likely our previous and next guest to the microphone would say, I do believe that was Lorena's poetry hymen.
Yes!
At least here at the Moon anyway. Would you please make him welcome now, Scrutineer Splodge, aka Marcus John. Or is it the other way around?
I don't know today. Today could be anything, but it's very, very weird how things actually happen in synchronicity and all that sort of shit. Because this is a lovely day and it's about... Anyway, I'll just start and get on with it. And now you. Right. But this is where it gets a bit weird. And now you, before a bit of moist ejaculate, let's enroll ourselves in the warmth, the moisture drawn from the scent of a sexual Santini Road moment, and remember the delicate kisses. What a life that you believe, that you bereft, that you believe. Fuck. The delicate kisses. What a life that you believe, left behind a belief that beds you as you're holding out your hand, occasionally catching them wrapping my shelves in moon's orange light, where time becomes a known doubt. So I think I saw a jellycat's eyes wink and think, holding a hand adorned in moon's soft and gentle light precedes meowing constantly through dreary, dismal and rainy nights. Then I thought a silver coin blinked and was frightened by what eyes imagined sinking in my drink until my reflection reflected back, no, you are actually in the pink. Holding out their hands, she caught them wrapping themselves in moon's back-end light. This lunacy bore this doubt. I think jellycats thought and thought and thought and usher into this world fluttering flies emerging from a little laneway wall that then contemplate sending out a call to arms, and sometimes they occasionally catch me. They think I thought they thought or thought wrapping themselves in a new moon's gossamer light would be the known doubt, like they think they saw a jellycat's eyes wink. Sometimes they think they see a budding chrysalis with antennas atop being defrocked, dancing a jig, organically unravelled by a familiar pair of hands. Butterflies enjoy, you see, the anticipation, you see, and thus avoid a mob of bipolar blue wrens, you see, engaged in an episodic fit over brekkie, you see, one time, sometimes out of hand, they occasionally catch you. Wrapped in moon's black light, where a known doubt again is thinking I saw jellycat's eyes wink. I think sometimes holding out you catch everything and nothing as moon's lights blink at the plight of reaching out to what fucking ever and giving up this fight. Little laneway wall buttons up its coat at this point while staring at doubt, holding out a hand and wanting to shout one fecking time, some fucking time. Holding out a hand dressed in moon's black light, I see a wink, think and witness three shriveled little figs sail across a pine sea smothered in stars, sunlight all through the back of a chair, which gave me this loon, this wry-neck stare. One time, wrapped in grey moonlight, I caught myself amongst the alchemical symbols of music, three chords in a tune which, spaced with care, sounds reappeared and attached to despair. Sometimes moonlight is the known doubt, like an eye winking, thinking, wrapping moonlight in everything and nothing, remove the silver, pennies, coins, blinking, king, exposing innocent blood that was blue, that is smiling at cream-clotted memories, that is, ooh, smiling while holding an Iwo Jima stance, that is smiling at red flags flying, that is smiling at Da Vinci's, ooh, lingering fingers as they're gaining a beguiling thought, millimeters from a frozen sinuous smile, working overtime, and the cure for all this fucked up shit, a delicate kiss. At the end of every painted line expressing a freedom to one more time. Ooh, acknowledge the freedom within this mime, and then sometimes fun time drops of moonlight that bears witness to the birth of comical statements in the bubble thoughts, floating above colourful cartoon characters, imparting more than smiles. As they are held aloft by Little's hands outstretched in the morning, trying to focus and fight off the yawning. You see, to little ones, moonlights bounce like bubbles bobbing along their spines, changing their giggles that start with that mime, that sound that's remembered for a fair length of time. Sometimes we think ourselves into black and empty moonlight, doubting what's known, trying to atone, finally heaving out those silent groans. And sometimes the notes within the sign language of sound become just a discarded Johnny Cash punk ballad during, after or before it morphs into a sense datum point. So what a life, eh? Cradling moon's doubt, clouting, shouting, pouting, doing stuff like all abouting, and then sometimes, oh yeah, sometimes there is one time logic starts towards and thinks moon's soft light is the silver coin as eyes sink, as eyes think, as eyes wink, and remembers that delicate kiss. Thank you.
There's that damn jellycat again, eh? Scrutineers Lodge. Okay, let's see if we can get some sensibility returned to the program. Please make them welcome now, Ron Oakley.
Sensible. I don't think that's a very good way to describe everything that I say. Poems by Kitty. Poems by Kitty. She appears at my office door. 30-ish, pretty, well-groomed, expression flat. Mary Poppins carpet bag. Is this where I have to go? Depends on where you want to be. Doctor in casualty sent me here. Yes, he rang. He thinks you've had all the joy sapped out of you. My name is Katharina, but you can call me Kitty. She drew a deep breath and started without invitation. He swept me off my feet. We were so in love. I gave him first my trust, and when our son was born, he left me. I gave my love the gift that he discarded. I wait for his call, but no call comes. Am I so bad that he casts me off like last week's dirty laundry? I want to share, but no call comes. I can love my son in spite of the loneliness of not sharing him with you. So simple to reach down, so needing he is of my love, but no call comes. So what can I do? I can teach my son to ride and feel the wind in his hair. I love to ride the horse, riding lightly in the saddle, to feel the wind blow free, as if I no longer was earthbound. Maybe my poems can take me there. On and on and on and on and on she went. A total outpouring, a true abreaction. If I could see ahead, maybe I'd choose a different plan, but no call came. Look back and smile. Let self-doubt be no longer. I feel better now. Thank you so much. I didn't do anything. You did it all yourself. But you listened. Reaching into her carpet bag, she said, would you accept a book of my poems? Love is a gift. Poems by Kitty. Just try me. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you, Ron Oakley. Okay, so the deal is, before I kick off the feature for the second half, we do still have a few spots on the open mic, but we have also already made an adjustment to the program to compensate for that. But I've just seen another poet walk in, so hopefully we will get some of these people up that are here that haven't got their name on the list. Anyway, let's get this second half feature underway. Okay. This feature, they're a young and emerging poet who wants to ruffle your feathers. Being a filmmaker by trade, they try to inject their understanding of storytelling, delivery and performance into each poem. Their writing is conceptually based, naughty and honest, intent on making you reflect, blush and howl. We seen them at the Cottonmouth event on Tuesday night. They were wearing a lovely little sequined number that night. Apparently that was Tuesday's dress. We've got them in a lovely polka dot number today. Would you please make them welcome now, Miss Lauren Brunswick.
Am I hearable? No? Now? Alright. I like being sick. I like being sick. 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 I take charge and control the irrelevant shit. And if you think you can get rid of it, try. I dare you. I won't swallow that pill you've medicated. If it means I won't be ill, then I won't share it. I will hide your attempts to fix me under my tongue, then suck the tumour into my lungs, ignoring the fundamentals of people who fuck. I refuse humanity with every pain I keep. In the cold of the morning, it is sickness I reap. This disease is eating my morality, so all I have left is a sense of sensuality where I realise that humane is not human, where everything around me is doom and everyone around me is consuming, consummating, interrogating, placating and fit, and when everyone around me is full of shit. I like being sick. An idea I can get better, but acknowledge I never will, because I lose my thrill when I'm with you. Thrill me. Fold, unfurl, causing sparks as we cascade, receive ourselves of the games we've played, light trickling down your bare chest, sweat teaching me there's nothing left, and in this scratching, biting emptiness, I can be sick. When you are giving me all you have got, no time to see my hot and burning face erase itself to replace the beating, entreating grace, a taste. And you think you've won, the battle's done, but you look at me with my thick veins, pumping waste away, filling stains with drains, making words a fond exchange. And if you think you found me, then you've mistaken your humanity with being humane. This physical extension has taken me more inward. The closer you come, the further I am. And you can try find this idea you have of me, not sick, well, not thick with vile black smoke, this spoken word not trapped in my throat. So in a rage you throw me, rip the page below me, slice me open to find the stranger. You know me. I will leak black sickness on your comforting floor. It will bleed through the cracks of your raw open door. I don't want to be found. I want to be found out. I'm a human, humane, losing my humanity to remain sane. So lying on your floor, I will cling to my nothing as you fade to your all. You will blame me for letting you open that pore, pouring evidence of innocence along my shore, black oil wrapping around creatures who wither and fall adored, while we stay here forever, wiping it all away, pretending we won't decay. I like being sick, because then you're sick too. If I'm not unwell, then what are you? A child with a matchstick? A mute with a microphone? I run away from feeling I'm not alone. If I'm not sick, I'm not sick of you. If my veins aren't thick, I can be stolen and used. If we don't have our armor, we can lose our minds, and my path cannot be defined by you. Because losing my mind means I'm losing the truth, and I'm right, and I'm right, and I'm right when I tie down my roof. I'm evolving and eradicating the damage I could do. When it's you, and it's you who's inhumane, human. Do you cling to humanity to stay in the game? So when I see you next, You won't know me. You never did. I made sure of it. I like being sick.
Yes!
It's not crusty if you bite it. It's not rusty if you ride it. It's not trusty if you try it. It's not thrusty if you fight it. It's not musty if you hide it. It's not gusty if you fly it. It's not dusty if you wipe it. But if it is, you're not trying hard enough. When somebody offered nobody a taste, poor nobody poured their potential to waste. Hastily floods the nobody fields, crops wielding no hope, and the offer endeared, nobody's accepted. A new face appeared, accepted, grew dreary, with newfound restriction rising to someone. Yet dulled thoughts remained, little once nobody losing their shame. Hail to the system, hail to the chain. The reaper can't sow, but the planter can grow. Death cannot threaten a seed that's unknown. Nobody had something, but now it's been mowed and wiped out by weeds that cover the road, lost in the system, lost in the chain. Someone died. They washed away, with nothing to show for their decay, and left as a no one less than before. When somebody needed to own what they saw, somebody stole nobody's impossible. Impossible never could nobody make, and nobody ever would somebody take and fuck till they're dry and rip out their eyes, making nobody wish somebody died. Lies, lies on the fire, the wheat drowned in rain, but hail to the system, hail to the chain. When it's ladylikes to be a whore, gratified and clarified, time unwasted, keeping score, fulfilling a purpose or a service, running, hunting in a cunt, in a cunt, in a country, oozing out preludes her doubt. Choose and lose those out-of-bound feuds. Read the news. Enthusiastic reports on their sycophantic wars and their blood-stained streets or my blood-stained sheets. Gushing red, red wine with no taste of decline in my mind or my neck or my collar or my hips or my etc. Or my hands with your hands wrapped around my throat. Float, fly to the exit that's eroded and locked when you're loaded and cocked, running through a jungle for a war that is fucked. Hear this. The eternal abyss. Hear that? Do you really want to miss this? This next chance? Justify your existence, which is empty and hapless, but what I'm wearing is strapless. Forget love and surprise and the fire in their eyes. Time flies, it flies when I take you home and you and I did you just come with me? Throw me down, throw me out, forget your fight with me. Come and fight with me. What the fuck are you fighting for? What's the fight you're fucking for? Fuck the battle and battle the war. I never loved you and I won't love you some more. More so, it doesn't mean a fucking thing. A war? A ring? Sing out. Honesty. Honestly, it makes us want to sin when we're in out of a place we don't belong, smelling latex or gunpowder, hearing screams getting louder. Tell me I'm wrong. Or fuck it. Come and fight with me. Yeah. But you can't trust a fucker who is fighting to be free. Yeah. Will you be my orchestra and let me bang your drums at night?
Yes.
This isn't mine. This is one of the only poets I know, because I don't actually know that many poets. I'm not, you know, I like it, it's fine. I just don't know much about it. Next to, of course, God, America, I love you. Land of pilgrims and so forth, and oh say can you see by the dawn's early my country, 'tis of centuries come and go, and are more of what if it should worry in every language, even in deaf and dumb. Thy sons acclaim your glorious name, by gory, by jingo, by gee, by gosh, by gum. Why talk of beauty? What could be more beautiful than these heroic, happy dead who rushed like lions to the slaughter? They did not stop to think, they died instead. Then shall the voice of liberty be mute? He spoke and drank rapidly his glass of water.
Yeah.
Thought I had one more, but I can't find it, so that's poems. Last time I performed, I decided I'd tell the audience how I feel a little bit. It's not my words, it's the words of an absolute babe, Nina Simone, who's probably one of the most hot and amazing women you'll ever see. She's a bit of a babe. But you know, just thought I'd give it a go. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's me over, but I've been told that Neil is out of the room. Is he? Is he? Is he? You'll do, you'll be fine. I need some help with this one.
Okay, this is the funny bit. How can you top that? That was magnificent. Lauren Brunswick. Okay, Lauren and I have done this here before at the Moon, and I've done it with various other people, but we're going to reverse roles today and see how it goes. It's called confectionery.
So, sweet honey cheeks, you want to know what I do for gainful employment? Or do you want to know what's my life's calling?
What's it mean, your life's calling?
Well, strawberry shortcakes, it's what I was rightfully placed upon the face of the earth for.
What is your line of work?
Well, Sugar Bomb Bliss is gainful employed as a hitman for the mafia. My life's calling, however, is that of a tragic poet.
Why do you speak with such a husky voice?
Well, caramel crisp cakes, that's on account I's got a bullet lodged in my larynx.
How do you get a bullet lodged by your larynx?
Well, my little chocolate fondue, it was detonated in the chamber of a weapon commonly referred to as a gun. The projectile, the said bullet, was then dislodged by an explosion of gunpowder from the bullet casing known as a shell, and was then propelled at an extremely high rate of velocity along a calipered high tensile steel tubing known as a barrel. Exciting the aforementioned barrel, it continues its trajectory of deadly intent, plummeting through the Earth's atmosphere at a ferocious rate of knots. It penetrates penetrates the largest outer organ of the body, generally referred to as the skin. Right here, in the vicinity of the neck, tearing flesh, smashing bone, and searing blood vessels with an intense heat as it meanders its path of homicidal menace here, shattering nerves and barely avoiding some of the body's main life-sustaining thoroughfares, such as the windpipe and the major pulmonary artery to the heart. It ceases, lodged by my larynx.
Lauren Brunswick! On with the open mic. Please make him welcome now, Ray Grenfell.
Hi. Here's something I just wrote, just finished writing. Here is something I just wrote, I just finished writing. Is that better, Marcus? Right. I was going to go for more of a subdued thing, but apparently not. Honesty with friends. Brahma plays with Buddha beyond dogma, and we recite London and kitchens cleaning for minimum wage, and yet still free. Like those who play with sex and drama, everyone fucking everyone, fucking everyone. Jamie's paranoid direction, coming in and out of inebriation and argument, sleep deprived and stoned. Those who ride the fading morning longer than most, closer to 50 but happy at last. Rob's walls covered in foil and reality, keeping everything distant, never forward. Those friends more broken but in love, others solitary in caves of virginity, sadness and loss. Jason, a king of kings, reminding us that we can always be better. Crossing mountains and burying our childhood with every bottle, screams of passion. Brian, a bear of a man, breathing compassion with subtle smile, walking slow. A laughter emanating from source. Moments of truth in climax, painfully reminding us that we are sorry. I am sorry. Yeah. Every lover who is golden, beautiful, privileged but empathetic, gorgeous women broken, held close. Our hands forming fists, chest tightened, shouting at faceless men, processes and violence. Alex committed more than we could know, a wealth of protest articulated in sound bites, 10-minute drives and European squats. And my spirit existential finds Russia, 1917, 2010. Katie hitting hard, sonic connection and essence, beyond politics and intimacy, clinging to each other like pigeons in the rain, just long enough to feel the weight lifted, the space warm and empty, my brothers and sisters never born, friends in every sense, in love, our conversations, keeping me whole. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you, Ray Grenfell. A fine accolade to a lot of good people. Thank you. Okay, moving right along now. Would you please make welcome a staunch follower and reader here at Perth Poetry Club, Mike T.
It's just a brief poem. I've called it Mush Mush. For anyone unacquainted with that term, mush is a slang term for your face. I am told, look your listener in the face and make contact, eye to eye, observe their foibles, memorize their fidgets. Stab at their fears. Pick their emotions, just like mushrooms. But be very gentle as you give them the real force of your words. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Mike T. Okay, next up. Those of you that come regularly to Perth Poetry Club, you see this gig, I think we run it pretty smoothly, but it's not without help of a lot of really cool helpers. This one, next gentleman to the microphone, we affectionately refer to him as our Sherpa. But he's good at keeping other statistics like how many fucks are said a day and stuff like that. Would you please make them welcome now, Elio Novello.
Thank you, Neil. This piece was written for a performance at Voicebox, so it's a way of bringing all of my other poems together in one hit. So basically it was a platform for a performance. Genesis, an unauthorized account. Day made as light, darkness made into night. End of day one. Finite, infinite. World and sky now separate. End of day two. In ocean on dry land, plants can seed, fruit, grow, to end day three. Sun, moon, stars at night, Newton, Einstein contemplate after day four. Scaled fins, feathered wings, slice, glide through water, air, to end day five. Blood, flesh, bone, animal and human form, end of day six. A time to rest, rejoice in goodness, the seventh day. What happened next, or in the week just past, remains everyone's guess. The primeval atom was so dense it had to explode in a big bang, creating stardust we see and are made from. Is enough to fuel our deep desire to understand who we are, where we came from.
There you go, Elio Novello, a person. Not not the worst type of a person, the wonderful type of a person. Anyway, yeah, we understand. Okay, okay, so moving right along with the open mic, ready your ears now for a visual feast of performance poetry. Please make welcome Paul Sutherland.
Today I'll actually be reading the first couple of paragraphs of a short story I've been writing. For the leaves of the undergrowth, sunlight was a luxury. The air was indefinitely damp and the ground was the only destination in sight. Every leaf in the undergrowth knew there wasn't anywhere else to go once they broke free from the stems and let go of their roots. The journey to the ground from the undergrowth wasn't very ambitious either. In fact, to these leaves, the simple job was a custom. It was inevitable. It wasn't quite mandatory, but it sure seemed like it was. That's just what leaves do when they relinquish their ties to the tree. They spend the rest of their lives on the earth and in the soil, blending in and conforming to the forest floor. The leaves in the canopy, however, had to occasionally remind themselves not to take the sunlight for granted. As the undergrowth savoured every scintillant, the canopy was surrounded by resplendent shine. The crisp air complemented the summer sun, and the refreshing wind blew the leaves about in all directions. The canopy had the most spectacular view. Different perspectives and new angles were always available for these leaves to consider. In any case, the ground wasn't necessarily the next inevitability. Indeed, the leaves could see the ground, but they could only see it in the horizon. That story is called Sinopia and Jonquil, and I submitted to VoiceWorks, so good luck.
Good luck.
To myself. Okay. And another short one called She. A museum, or an arcane cathedral deserving of utmost reverence. Dare you not handle with delicacy, the walls should collapse into mere rubble, with one diamond untouched, sparkling hope for a single second, surrendering without his eyes.
Paul Sutherland, there you go. See what I mean? Poetry with true poise. Okay, I won't refer to that word that we spoke about before that Marcus uses quite often, but I do believe this is a first time reading by this person here at the Perth Poetry Club. Please make welcome now Marie. Is Marie still in the house? And here they come. Marie.
I know. I'm not as attractive as her, but she had to leave, unfortunately, and I'm going to hope I can read her writing. Scar tissue. Memo. Scar tissue. Sometimes I sleep in just to see you. Safe in dreams, embracing moving memories in that secret place that laces the insides of me. Intricate flowers of you. We touch and I show you how much I love you. Then wake with you as a smile on my lips and savour you, breathing you out slowly, slowly all day, till you fade, remnant longing as morning fades forgotten night. Sometimes when I suddenly think of you, a burst of love and wanting, a kindred pull, a hand I want to hold. I wonder where you are, what your hair's like, do you wear the same shoes, smile the same way, find the things you always wanted, do you have new scars? And do you feel me too, deeply cut into your being, or fading souvenirs of old battles of your skin? You will never leave me, my old scar, a constellation traced in the story of me, as I in yours, by Mary France. Hang on.
Thank you to Marie for the words and the rendition there from, that was Marcus, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, that's a man with a true skill. I think we should get him reading other people's poetry more often. Yes. Okay, as I have stood up here and said on various occasions before, I am a man of human frailties. I have a name on this open mic list, and I was told just use the first name, which I can't decipher. But anyway, I'm going to ad lib and I'm going to snatch bits from all over. So would you please make welcome now Bella Morozic Gawler.
I apologise for the complicated name. It's Lunabella Morozic, which doesn't help much. Now I have to kind of introduce this poem a little bit, just because there are some obscure references. I'm freshly from Melbourne, which means, well, let me go back a little bit further. I was asked to write a love poem, and having the city on my mind, that's who I wrote the love poem to. There are some references to Melbourne hipsters. For those of you who don't know, they're categorised by their big woolly jumpers, skinny jeans, ironic bow ties, and 1980s reading glasses. So bear with me when we get to that bit. Yes, I have guessed that, wandering around. It's all right. And I'm going to do it without my glasses, so bear with me. I'm leaving you. I'm leaving you. Streets filled with dark unbelieves, announcing the season and the surrender on the soft of the grates of the drains when it rains. The dark clouds that slick the pavement in their memory. I'm leaving you. City that holds me warm in the cold winter, dripping syrupy jazz into my upturned ear, settled here in the warmth, in any one of 100 secret places, with any one of your thousands of interesting faces. I'm leaving you. Leaving all the possibility of sticky carpet, local band, late night pub crawls. Leaving your did you see that? What a trip, surprise, brutal bar brawls. I'm leaving the treats that you nestle on the streets and the markets. Finger jam, baklava and 5 a.m. kebabs. Veggie stacks jabbed with the skewers by expert vegans who cook like nobody can, because with vegans, nobody can. I'm leaving your scent, the early morning bird call that sips from the cusp of the cup of the outer suburban car fumes, drawn up and in and overwhelmed by the plumes of the green street stall bushels, the coriander, basil, fat strawberry dreams that whisper around the heads of the city on a half-work Saturday morning. I'm leaving you. But then, I'm also leaving your hipsters, crammed into their organic cage cafes, tonguing Bukowski quotes amidst the sips of soy latte, and their retrograde haircuts, their fashion ruts, skinny jeans, and the inseam glances, glasses just wide enough to see how the world, the world as it should be, or could be, if we just rode there on our fixies. So I'm leaving. And also I'll be able to read Penguin Classics in public again and not feel like a twat. In fact, I'm leaving your always late trains and your constant windy, soaked to the skin rains, your unexplained lack of activism. How many Bohemians does it take to change a state government? More than that. Now there's a fact. And I'm leaving your workers sewn into their suits, sleeping in the day as they march their lives away, up the steps of Parliament Station, and peel into your week of bleach to the bones Mondays. I'm leaving your look away, won't pay that man for his show. How low do you need to go to beg for money, to get a job, snob swelled sidewalks, well educated enough to feel that it's not their world to deal with or heal knobs. I'm leaving all that, and you, my love, city that taught me to walk, to sing, to write, to dance, to make and break plans, showed me heartbreak and romance and the wide wings of chance. The possibility in a city where any night might be the night for a flight of fancy, to be in the right place at the right time, to change the world after one more drink. To think, this place, this wonderful, crazy, wild, unexpected city is mine, and I'm leaving you for another. Will you notice that I've gone? Thanks.
Good words, thank you. Yeah, we've got our own problem here with Perth City Council replicating Federation Square practically anyway, so whatever. Why did I look at Janet when I said that? Okay, there are other poets in the room. Does anyone else want to read? Yeah, that's who I was looking at, was Callan. Does Callan want to read? Does Rob Greenwood want to read? Vin Heffernan? Does Vin Heffernan want to read? No? Okay, okay, I'll do this stuff and I'll finish up. So, next week we have Barbara Temperton, who is an awesome poet. I believe that she's featured here once before, is that the case?
A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago, maybe back at the court even. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, get along to see that. Some rural poetry, I hope. Okay, we've got a sign-up sheet. If you want to get connected with Perth Poetry Club, get your details on there and you'll get a weekly emailing, which is being updated, I believe, right at this very moment to be more open mics over. Yep, come and check out the zine table before you leave today. Any of the anthologies done by us here at Perth Poetry Club, see us, otherwise see the various poets in question, or yeah, just talk to one of us. Yeah. Contribute according to your means to keep this gig going, that would be great. It costs us money for professional sound from Ben. Thanks Ben, you do an awesome job. $10, $7, $5, some gold coins, it would all be a great help. But if you can only afford your beer today, then we'll let you off, no exclusions. Other gigs around town tomorrow at 7th August, there's Creative Connections launch at City Farm, I believe. That kicks off with, it looks like a sausage sizzle at 11 o'clock, so probably if you don't get there till midday, 1 o'clock, you'll be good to see some poetry. Is there an open mic with that? Or?
I don't think so.
No. But I know Kevin Gillum's down there, that's awesome. Janet Jackson's there, and there's various other poetry people. And there's good visual art as well. It's a nice venue down there. We've got advance notice for ... issue 7, Wednesday the 24th. It's a Wednesday night rather than the usual Friday night. It's the Elephant and the Wheelbarrow. That's an interesting venue. You have to RSVP and pay in advance $5, and you can do that either link from Perth Poetry Club or go direct to ... .org. So that's all pretty much for everything there. I'll just read a little piece and I'll let you go. Or what Janet said. This is just a piece that I haven't done for a little while. So it's just called Shaman. Argument against the statute of limitations. Isn't there already argument enough? A man ends up with doctor's holes in his head. Isn't there already argument enough? A boy is taken for granted, nothing's said. Isn't there already argument enough? A girl ends up with feet of dread. Isn't there already argument enough? A man is slammed on field and deck. Isn't there already argument enough? A woman left soulless, devoid of sun. Isn't there already argument enough? Quality of life in this house is second guessed. Isn't there already argument enough? They mismanage factors, let it go. Isn't there already argument enough? They say to question to find the truth. Isn't there already argument enough? Your poetry's read by everyone else. Isn't there already argument enough? The shaman's got it, let it flow. There's already argument enough. Okay, catch you soon or catch you next week, whenever. You're welcome to stay, patronise the Moon. You're welcome to go for a drink, say at the barracks or something like that. Or I'm going up the hill, I hope, maybe, to a bogan party. Who knows, I might discover Perth's big next hip-hop act. Whatever. See you soon.
Oh,